Hello everyone, my name is Nisha Dhoni from Group 4 and today my group is teamed up to tell you about team development and conflicts. That is our topic and my group includes me, Norvin, Ashley and Zoha. I will tell you about a bit introduction about the topic and then Norvin will give us description about team morale and team types. After him, Ashley will tell us about how does a team develop and introduction about the conflicts, and then Joha will tell you the rest. Here, the very first thing I would like to talk about how we define a team and what makes a team and how it's supposed to be function. Well, team is a group of individuals that are responsible for the accomplishment of the team goal. That means they can sacrifice themselves in order to ensure the team goal has been met. Team members rewards for the accomplishment of the whole team, not just for the single member. Let's take an example here. In the basketball game, if one person scored 40 points, but even in the game, regardlessly whether they score 40 points, their ultimate goal is to win the game. And if they win the game, everyone will get the benefit. But what if they lose the game? It doesn't matter how many points one particular person scored, because their ultimate goal has not been met. That means everyone who shows up in the team needs to bring value, and the value they need to bring are problem solving skills, decision making skills, conflict resolution and conflict management skills. Here I would like to show you one video example. When the aardvark wants to eat the ant, the other ant members came together to help her and save her. We can clearly see the teamwork here, how these tiny ants came together and worked together and used their strength to defend their enemy who is much larger in size than those tiny ants. That means they know working together brings better result than working as an individual. Handing over to Norway.
Hello everyone, there are certain topics which I like to tell today. The first topic which I would like to explain, which is team morale. There are certain factors which affect team morale, and team morale depends upon certain factors. As you can see, those factors are support, resource, communication and personalities. While working on a team, we should see that each and every member should support another member of the team. Appropriate resources should be provided to the team so that they can work efficiently. There should be a proper and clear communication between the members, so it will not affect to team in any way, such as any misunderstandings which further lead to conflicts. The next one is personalities. While working on a team, there are different persons who work together and different persons who possess different set of values. They need to try to work together with coordination and cooperation. Moving further to the next slide, I would like to explain you with the difference between the team and the group. Do you guys know there is a fine line between the team and the group? In the group, all members put the individual efforts for achieving an objective. A group needs a specific leader, but in the case of team, it's not like that. In a team, in small teams, there may not be a leader. For example, while working on this project, we were a group of 4 people. Each and every member tried to work with coordination and mutual understanding. And we tried to bring up our ideas together and formed our projects. So, in case of small groups, they may not require a leader. So, moving further, to the next slide tells us about team types. There are different types of team types. The first important team type is functional team. In this team, all the members work on the same functional area and report to a same manager. For example, the accounts department, the HR department, etc. Second is the project management team. In the project management team, these teams are specifically achieved to obtain certain objectives. After completion of this objective, this team get disbursed. The third is self-managed team. These teams are the group of employees who worked in extremely integrated and collaborative way to achieve its objectives, and they do not have a specific leader. The last slide tells us about the elements of being successful while working on a team. As you can see, there are different elements such as coordination, appropriate resources, communication, goals, and tendency to solve conflicts. All these elements should be taken into consideration so that it will lead to a successful teamwork. Further, I'll hand over to my mate Ashley.
So guys, today I'm going to explain you about team development. There are four main factors of team development: forming, storming, norming, and performing. So the first factor is forming. In forming, you basically get to know about your team members and to know what tasks and roles they are going to play in the project. So next is storming. In storming, you get to know your team members very closely and to know what abilities they possess. Next is norming. Norming is basically to get to know about the different opinions which your team members possesses and to work very closely and to work very closely. Then next is performing. Performing is the last step in team development. In that you get to work very closely and to finish the project in the given time and in very efficient and effective manner. So the next thing we are going to do is conflict. So guys, what do you imagine when I say the word conflict? You can imagine disputes or disagreements. So as you can see in the slide, disputes or disagreements. So then what causes conflicts? Misunderstanding, negative attitudes, or rivalry among each other, among different team members. This is one thing of of conflict. The other thing could be lack of planning or poor communication. This is the main thing in a group which causes a conflict. Because of poor communication, there can be conflicts. The next thing could be a difference in opinions or ideas. So in a team member, there can be various opinions and ideas of different team members, and sometimes the ideas can clash among each other. The next thing we'll be gonna see is sources of conflicts. There are various sources of conflicts, such as poor selection of staff, different sets of values, presentation, personality clashes, poor working environment, and different other factors. Some of them are listed below, and others are many. There are many others. The next thing we are going to see that conflicts isn't bad for the organization. The conflicts is needed for growth and survival. Because of conflicts, the company could grow very efficiently, and there could be responsibilities. So the other thing could be lack of communication or find positivity in the conflicts.
Let's talk about how can we solve these conflicts. There are two types of members in an organization: effective members and non-effective members. Effective members tend to bring out positivity in a working space. They are good in communication. They are well aware of every situation which is given to them. They are flexible enough and they tend to mold in any situation which is assigned to them. They are also very loyal towards their team members. Lastly, they try to build good relationship and they try to maintain in an organization. While non-effective members tend to bring out negativity in a workspace. They tend to isolate themselves from others. They are also very overly negative, which is very wrong when you are working in a workspace. They also have a personal ambition behind every task. They are also overly competitive. Now, being competitive is good, but being overly competitive can harm your organization. Lastly, they are not committed to the work which is assigned to them. That means they have a very laid-back attitude, which is very wrong when you are working in a workspace. Now, how can we solve these conflicts? First, you need to understand the details on how did the conflict occur. Second, you need to diagnose what was the issue about. Third, you need to analyze and find out possible solutions. Fourth, you need to try out settlement process between both the parties. Lastly, what you can do is that you can bring those parties together and ask them to mutually agree in one solution and work together as a group. Concluding all to these slides, I would like to give an example. If a football team plays and scores well, that means they show that they have a team effort and a good coordination. In the same way, while you are working as a team, you need to bring out excellent workplace. You need to listen effectively, focus on behavior and not personality. Next, you need to develop a plan and implement on those plans and try to bring out possible strategies on how you can be positive and how you can achieve your goal. This sums up with our presentations. Thank you for your valuable time.